So Klay Thompson actually said on a live recently, yeah, we might be underdogs, but we expect to actually win a ring this season.
2022 NBA champs. Man, I miss hooping. I meant that when I said it's nothing like the finals, yo.
Okay, Klay, we saw you hit like 10 threes in a row one time, which is amazing, but 2022 champs? What about the other teams in the West? What about the Nets? Since the Warriors dynasty ended, the Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Jazz, and Suns have all emerged. Is Klay insane? Actually, no. It could happen. We didn't see the Bucks doing what they did last year, or the Raptors in 2019. This video breaks down what needs to happen and go perfectly for Klay's prediction to actually come true. Yo, it's Casey. This is AM Hoops. Hit subscribe and notification bells for 5 NBA videos per week, off-season, regular season, playoffs, whatever. Also, hit me up on IG at AM Hoops. That's usually where I talk to people on DMs, so say what's up. So despite Klay's workout video, or like I said, he hit 10 threes in a row, ESPN is reporting that Klay's return is going to be maybe Christmas Day. That means no Klay Thompson for the first 32 games of the season, which is huge. I mean, you've got a team that was 17-15 through 32 games last year. Good enough for the 7th seed. That's okay, but not if you want to contend for a title. Until you remember that this year's squad is a lot different than last year's. Steph Curry returns after an MVP-type season. Draymond Green got Defensive Player of the Year votes, and he promised to improve offensively. Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody look good in Summer League. The front office brought in vets who are good, like Otto Porter Jr., Nemanja Bjelica, and of course, Andre Iguodala, who knows the system. But I'm sorry, that is not enough to win a chip, unless everything goes perfectly. So what does perfect actually look like? Well, these are the 5 things that need to happen for the Dubs to actually win the title next season. They do not include, by the way, things that are obvious, like Steph balling out or Draymond's defense. Like, those things are a given. Those will happen. These 5 things are like wild card things for Golden State to have any chance. Number 1, Klay coming back 100%. His last full season was arguably his best. Klay scored almost 22 points a game at over 40% from deep. He was second team all defense for the first time. But this makes you go,
Things that make you go,
Here's some other players who missed at least a full season. Sean Livingston's best year was probably 2016. Healthy, played 73 games, 20 minutes, 6 points, 54% from the field, and 3 assists. His first year back from a huge injury, 12 games, 19 minutes, 6 points, 52% from the field, and 1.7 assists. John Wall missed about 2 years like Klay. His drop-off went from 78 games on 23 points, about 11 assists, 2 steals, 45% from the field, to just 40 games as a Rocket. 20 points, 7 assists, 1 steal on 40% from the field, which is horrible. Now, we know that Klay's games played will go down. We know that. They're going to try to protect his injury. But what about his minutes, his points, his efficiency? Instead, they need Klay to come back like Kevin Durant did. He dealt with small injuries in his first year back, but he was a beast. Klay has to be peak Klay for this team to win. But in the meantime, number 2 is Steve Kerr finding a really good Klay replacement until he comes back around Christmas. The realistic candidates are Otto Porter Jr., Jordan Poole, and Damian Lee. Kerr actually said that he thinks Poole will be the starter, and he clearly took a leap last season. He looks like he could do it again too. At Summer League, he added about 10 pounds of muscle, which should help on defense. But what about Otto Porter Jr.? I mean, his last fully healthy season was about 12 points a game with good defense on 39% from deep. Dude is 6'8" with a 7'1" wingspan, and he'll ask to be just a role player for like the first time. That will increase his effectiveness because when he was on the Bulls or the Wizards, he had to have a featured role. But that means number 3, they will need to stay healthy. I'm not talking just about Klay. I mean, Golden State is going to rely on a lot of injury-prone players next year. It could go either way. Otto Porter Jr. has played just 98 total games the last 3 seasons. Nemanja Bjelica, 37 games last year. Even Steph and Draymond missed some time with injury last season. The Dubs are taking a big gamble on vets they brought in on minimum salaries who are injury prone. I mean, on paper, Porter, Iguodala, Bielitsa are better than Bazemore, Pascal, and Wanamaker, but they have to stay healthy for that gamble to pay off. Number 4, James Wiseman takes a huge leap. And I don't just mean a good young player leap, I mean most improved player of the year. Wiseman started his rookie season okay, but when Kerr benched him, his confidence shattered. And I get it, okay? He's a rookie who didn't play much in college, but if the Dubs are going to be contenders like Klay wants them to be, they need their number 2 overall pick to play like it. The number 1 thing is to improve defense. Adding a rim protector to the good perimeter defense they have with Klay, Draymond, and Wiggins would be a game changer. On offense, all he needs is to be a little more consistent from 3, but that's about it. They don't need Wiseman to become a number 1 offensive option because they already have that. Okay, they need a little bit of scoring load off of Steph Curry, that's all. And if their center can do that, the team takes a huge leap. Number 5, the rookies contribute right away. This one, probably the biggest gamble of them all. Look, I loved what Moses Moody did at Summer League because he was a good shooter off the catch, and that's going to translate to his role during the season. But Kuminga had about a 30% usage rate in Vegas, which is like Steph Curry. I mean, how is he going to respond without the ball and with a lesser role on the actual Warriors? That's why Summer League stats can be deceiving. Not only are these guys playing against other players who will probably be in just the G League, but their role during the Summer League doesn't usually translate to the NBA. Kuminga, 18 years old, Moody, 19, Wiseman, 20. It will be so much to ask the young guys to pop right away. But if they do, what that looks like is starring in their roles. Unlike Summer League, the rooks have to get used to coming off the bench or playing without the ball when they're on the court with the starters. Moody already showed in Vegas he can shoot 39% from deep. Kuminga, though, has a ways to go. At times, they all may be out of the rotation. That hurt Wiseman's confidence last year. Kuminga and Moody, though, will have to roll with the punches. Now, there are 2 things I did not include on purpose. The first one is Draymond Green improving on offense. Okay, he's gotten worse and worse, and a low point was last year blowing a layup to make the postseason. And he went to the front office and said, I know how important it is for me to improve my offense, but I just don't think that they need him to improve his offense if all those 5 things come together. Bottom line, all Draymond needs to be is a good playmaker and a great defender. The other thing was Andrew Wiggins remaining consistent. He had maybe the best year of his career last year, which was crucial, but I have faith that he backs that up again with an improved team around him. And if all of that comes together, and that's a huge if, then the Warriors could actually win the 2022 NBA championship, seriously. But if everything goes the opposite way and just falls apart, look, we talk a lot about trading the rookies and the young guys for a star, but what if no star is available and they see we can create a future dynasty by trading everyone else instead? Check it out.